Hey everyone, and welcome back to Yoga with me. I'm Karen, and I'm here at Common Bond Yoga. Today we are going to do a short and sweet yoga class with a focus on standing balancing. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so we're going to get started actually. I'm going to start seated, and if it's comfortable for you, you can sit on your heels. You can tuck your toes like I'm tucking my toes right now and get a little extra stretch through the bottoms of your feet and your toes. That might become somewhat uncomfortable. It's a great stretch, but it's hard to hold it for a while. So if you need to at any point, just untuck the toes and sit back on the heels. Take a second here just to get centered, to arrive in your body. Begin to notice your breath. Start to slow it down. Have the intention of filling your lungs up a little bit further each time that you breathe in, and also emptying the lungs further each time that you breathe out. Begin to feel your core engaging on the exhale. So as you exhale, slowly hug those muscles in towards the bones, the hips, the spine, the shoulders. And as you inhale, allow your breath to expand into your whole body again. So you start to feel a pulsation happening in the body, a rise and a fall, an expansion and a contraction. I feel that your breath is the most important part of your practice, and so I will ask you that every time you get distracted, every time your mind wanders, you get bored, come back to your breath. And now softly open your eyes and bring your hands down by your sides and press your fingers down into the floor beside you. Let your spine get even longer. Think about your heart opening up here. And let's do a little movement here with the breath. So on your inhale, I want you to come up to the knees and sweep the arms up over your head. And then as you exhale, send the hips back towards the heels. Bring your hands back towards your heels as well and come down into a child's pose. On your inhale, rise up to the knees. Stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, go back to your child's pose. Inhale, always moving with your breath. Let it be your guide. Exhale. Now this time, come up to the knees and stay here. I'm going to bring my right foot underneath me. So shift your weight over towards your left knee. Bring your right foot to the mat. Stay low. Bring your left foot to the mat. Now you're in chair pose. Got you into that very sneakily here. Now let's do a little balance by rocking our weight forward towards the toes. Lift the heels, and now sweep the arms back behind you. Keep breathing. And now send your heels down to the mat. Straighten your legs, come all the way up. Stretch the arms up over your head. As you exhale, bring your hands down to your heart center. Bring your hands to your hips. Shift your weight over into your left leg. Pick up your right knee. Stand up really tall here. Hug your outer left hip in. You have the option to straighten your right leg here as well, and you can also take your arms up over your head. Now, take an inhale here, and as you exhale, slowly start to reach your right leg back behind you. Stretch your arms back as well. On your inhale, lift the knee. Maybe straighten the leg. Exhale, reach the legs back or leg back, arms back. One more time like that. Inhale. Now feel free to modify by putting your hand on a wall or a chair beside you as you work on your balance here. Hold here. Remember, if you fall out, you just come right back in. Now, as softly as you can, step your right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Come up into a high lunge. Take an inhale, straighten your left knee. As you exhale, bend both knees and drop your back knee down towards the mat. On your inhale, come back up. Straighten the legs, straighten the arms. Exhale and lunge down. Elbows in. Inhale, push into the feet, strong legs. Exhale, hold here and hover. Bring your right knee down to the mat. Take the arms up over your head, interlace your fingers behind the head, send the hips forward. Take a nice deep lunge here, lift your chest up to the sky. And now keep your hands behind your head. Exhale, round forward over your left leg. You might lift your left toes. On your inhale, hips forward, chest lifts. Exhale, hips go back. Inhale, forward. And last time, exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Pick up your back knee. Stretch your left leg straight back behind you into a three-legged down dog. And then open up your hip. Stack your left hip on top of your right. On your inhale, square your hips again. As you exhale, take your knee towards your left elbow. Stretch your leg back behind you. Exhale, take your knee towards your right elbow. And stretch your leg back behind you. And now exhale, right down the middle, step your left foot forward. Now step your right foot up to meet it. On your inhale, lift halfway up. And on your exhale, forward fold. With strong legs, come all the way up to standing, arms overhead. And bring your hands to your heart, Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's do that on the other side. So hands to hips, shift your weight into your right leg, pick up your left knee. Take a second to make sure you are lifted up and out. You're hugging your outer right hip in. So again, you can work with a bent knee, arms up, or keep your hands on your hips if you'd like. Straighten that leg if you'd like. Exhale, send your left leg back behind you. Reach your arms back as well. Inhale, lift the knee up, stretch up. Exhale, send the leg back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, hold here, breathe. As softly as you can, place the back foot down. High lunge. Inhale. Straighten the right knee. As you exhale, bend both knees, elbows, drop down. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, lunge down. Inhale. Exhale. One more time like that. Hold here at the bottom, hover. And bring your knee down to the mat. Interlace your fingers the opposite way behind your head and send the hips forward. Deep lunge. It's okay for your front knee to go past your toes in this position because you have the support of the back knee. If it doesn't feel good to bend your knee that far, then don't do it. As you exhale, bow forward over the right knee. Go back as far as you want. Challenge that balance. Inhale, hips forward. Exhale, go back. Inhale. Last time, bow forward. Come back to your lunge. Reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. I'm going to go straight back to that three-legged down dog. Reach the leg back. Open up the hips. Stack the right hip on top of the left hip. And as you exhale, bring your knee towards your right arm. And go back. And the knee towards the left arm. And stretch back. And again, right down the middle. Step softly through. Step your left foot up to meet your right foot. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, sit back again, chair pose. Take your balance here again. Lift your heels high. Now sit the hips down. Lower, lower, lower. And let's get a little arm balance in here too. So spread the fingers, bring your knees to the backs of your arms. You can stay here and push knees into arms. You can also lift one foot up and then the other, maybe both. From here, I want you to go back to down dog. So you can certainly jump back to chaturanga. You can also step back to plank and hold a plank. You can take a vinyasa, lowering down. And we'll meet in down dog. So you can go straight back to that down dog as well. Take a few breaths, stretch through the arms, stretch back through your hips. Walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale and fold. Come all the way to standing, arms overhead. And bring your hands to your heart center, Tadasana. Now make sure you're all the way at the back of your mat. So I'm going to step back a little bit here. And just like I did at the front of the mat, I'm going to shift my weight over into my right leg and I'm going to lift up my left knee. You might feel that right glute engagement here. Reach the arms up. Maybe straighten the leg. And now from here, we're going to go into eagle pose. So I'm going to cross the left knee over the right knee, and I'm going to cross my left arm under the right arm. Pull your elbows down, bring your left hip back, right hip forward. Now, if you need a little more support, you can always put your toes down on the mat, or you can wrap them behind your right leg, or you can hover the foot off the mat. Hug your inner thighs gently together. Find your focus here. Breathe. Soften wherever you can. Now, slowly begin to unravel. Lift your left leg out in front of you again. Reach your arms up overhead. Stand tall. Step forward with your left foot. Put your hands on your hips for a moment. Bend your right knee. Reach back and see if you can find your foot. So you might just reach for the foot. You might not actually grab a hold of it. You might grab a strap and place it around the foot and grab the strap, or you might grab the foot from inside. Now again, you can always be at a wall and use that for a little bit of balance. Hug your thighs together, pull your belly in, reach your left arm up to the sky, take an inhale, and then if you would like, begin to kick that foot into the hand and begin to bow forward, hinging at the hip into a dancer's pose or standing bow. Keep kicking the leg. Keep lifting the chest, keep breathing. Remember, you fall out, you come back to it. Focus. And slowly kick to come out. Now lift your right knee up in front of you, put your hands back on your hips. Step forward into your right foot. Bring your left foot up to your ankle, your calf, or your inner thigh for your tree pose. Press your foot into your leg back into your foot. Hands can stay on the hips. They can come to the heart. And you can also reach the arms up over your head. Now twist to the left. From here, I'm going into half moon pose. So you can put your left hand on your hip. Take your left foot off your thigh and start sending your leg back behind you. Now, I don't have a block here, unfortunately. I might just hover my hand above the floor. I might bring my hand all the way down. A block is great here. Hug your outer right hip in. Breathe. Woo. Maybe you try bending your left knee and finding your foot. Step all the way back to warrior two pose. Bring your left hand behind your back. Straighten your right knee as you reach up and back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down to the mat. Step back into plank pose and either go straight back to down dog, or if you'd like to take a vinyasa here, that is a great option as well. Walk your hands back to your feet. Lift halfway, forward fold. Rise to stand, hands to heart. Let's do that on the other side. So shift your weight into your left leg, pick up your right knee, stand tall, stability in the hips. Arms can go up, leg can go straight. This time I'm going to cross my right knee over my left knee and wrap my right elbow under my left elbow. Weight back in my left heel, elbows down, shoulders down, left hip forward, right hip back. Breathe. Slowly unravel, lift the leg, reach up. Step forward, hands to hips. Bend your left knee, reach back, and either reach for the foot or actually grab a hold of it. Hug the thighs together, pull the belly up and in, reach the right arm up, and now begin to kick. Keep kicking, keep lifting the chest up, keep breathing. Soften where you can, stay strong where you need to. Slowly begin to kick, to come out, lift the left knee up, step forward, come into your tree pose. Do whatever you'd like with the arms. Lift up out of the hips. And now just begin to turn your torso to the right. Take your foot off your leg and very slowly find Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Something you can do is, so right now I'm pushing my left hand into my left thigh and kind of pushing my thigh back into my hand, and that might help you with balance as well. Probably should have tried that on the other side. Your hand can come down to the floor or a block. Breathe. Maybe grab your foot from behind and then softly step back to warrior two. Reverse triangle, so arm behind the back, straighten the legs, reach back. Feel that nice deep stretch to that left side. And now come in from here, just come right into goddess pose. Lift the heels up, find your balance here. Bring the heels down, straighten the legs, turn the toes in, and slowly forward fold. Shake out the head. Come up halfway, lunge to the right. Come back to center, lunge to the left. Do that again to the right. And to the left, and spin around. Take one last vinyasa if you would like, or go straight back to your down dog, and then come into your child's pose. So that concludes our standing balancing series. I encourage you to take some more classes if you'd like a little bit more stretching. Take a Shavasana, and just thank you for being here, and I will see you soon. Namaste.